Hi everyone, it's time for another project based on our story time that I, Miss Emily, read in front of Josephine Ford's Playhouse. This week I read the book Gaston, and I read this because number one, I love dogs. I think you can tell that from my shirt. But number two, Josephine Ford loved dogs and had many at Ford House when she was growing up. So this book I thought was the perfect fit for reading in front of Josephine Ford's Playhouse. If you missed the reading, be sure to check it out. Check out the book at your local library or maybe at a local bookstore, or maybe you can find it online. But get this book, it's very good. The next time you read this book, I think you need to get some puppets, and that's what we're going to do today. We're going to make our own Gaston and Antoinette puppets. For this project, you are going to need some scissors, a pencil, art supplies like crayons, colored pencils, markers, that right there. I would suggest both types of school glue, both liquid and glue stick. You'll need popsicle sticks. You'll need one per dog. So if you make a Gaston and an Antoinette, you just need two. But if you want to make some more dog puppets, you'll need more popsicle sticks. You'll also need the templates we have provided. We have a bulldog template, and we have a couple of poodle templates we've provided. What you'll need though is you'll need two of each dog because we're going to put them together so you have a front and a back. Now, I would suggest you print this on cardstock so it's nice and strong, but if you don't have the ability to print on cardstock, print it out on regular paper, cut it out, and then trace that template onto the cardstock because you want your puppet nice and strong so you can use it again and again and again, because I know you'll want to read Gaston again and again and again. Now this is where the project is going to get a little fun. In the book, Gaston and Antoinette are both white dogs, but you don't have to have your Gaston and Antoinette be white dogs. If you want them to have a pattern, use some scrapbook paper. Or if you want your Antoinette to be a purple poodle, then get some purple construction paper. I also have some cotton balls and some felt I'm going to use to make my Gaston and Antoinette. You can use whatever you want, and this is where we're going to have a lot of fun. So go ahead and collect all the supplies you want to use, and I'll meet back with you and show you how we can construct our dog puppets. Okay, so I've gone ahead and cut out my dog templates already. You'll see I've cut all three of the dogs we've offered you in our templates as examples. To start, you want to decorate, but you want to make sure you decorate the right side because the puppet will eventually be like this. You want to make a mark to make sure you don't decorate. So I know I shouldn't decorate this side, and I shouldn't decorate this side, so that when I go to make my puppet, I've decorated this side and this side. And you'll notice, because they match together, you'll notice in this case, I've left the black line on some of my dogs. You're welcome to cut that black line completely off. It was just the way I chose to cut my dogs. Okay, so let's decorate. I'm going to take this poodle first. Now let's make sure I have them matched up. I'm going to make my mark so I know don't decorate that side. Now this poodle, I think I need to use some cotton balls. So I'm going to take some cotton balls, and this is why I suggested you have both types of school glue, both liquid and glue stick, because if you use paper, you want to use glue stick. If you use fabric or cotton balls, you're going to want the liquid. Okay, so I'm going to put some glue right here, all over her tail, and I have some tiny cotton balls, so I think two will work. Okay. Now this poodle also has some floof down at her feet. So I'm going to do some cotton balls down here too. You will need to let this glue dry just a little before you use it as a puppet, so be advised. Okay, now I've got some white felt over here, so I'm going to just cut off a little square of some white felt. And I think I actually got some glitter on this one. So I have glitter white felt. I'm just gonna cut a little square. And going to put it, you know what I could do? This might be a pretty easy way to decorate, is putting something in the middle of the dog, gluing it, and then when you turn it over, you can trim the excess. That is a good trick to know, and I actually think I'm going to do just that. I'm going to put some glue down. Okay. Make sure I've got my glitter side up, and I'm just gonna put that there. Okay, I'm gonna let that dry, so I'll just set her to the side while she dries, and then I'll come back later, and like I said, I'll just cut that excess off. You can do that with fabric, and you can do it with paper. So now I've got what I'm doing for you right now. I'm gonna decorate a little on each dog, and then I'll show you how to put them together. Now I've got my Gaston here, and I can't help but wonder if Gaston might need maybe a fun shirt. Or maybe some spots. So I'm going to use some marker and just color. So if you don't have paper and you don't have any fabric, that's okay. You can use your colored pencils and your markers to decorate. And I think he has a big old spot right over his eye. So I'll add in eye details later, but I think he has a spot right there. Maybe a spot on his ear. And over here. Okay. So I've done a little on that one. I've done a little on this one. All right. Now, I haven't matched this one up yet. I'm going to match up. Okay. So I'll decorate this one a little too. And I think this one might have a fluffy tail and a fluffy hairdo. So we'll put some cotton balls up here and cotton ball down there. Just one cotton ball. And then I think this poodle is going to be blue. So I'm just going to cut a big old rectangle like I did out of the felt. Kind of fit it on there. I'll glue it and then, whoops, I'll glue it and then I'll trim it. So I'm going to go ahead and decorate the rest of my dogs, and then we'll get back together and I'll show you how we're going to do the popsicle sticks. Okay, so I have all my dogs decorated, and I decorate them each in a different way, slightly different way. And now it's time to make the puppet. So I'm going to see my two marks. I'm going to put some glue on the popsicle stick. Since I just colored my bulldog with markers, he is not too heavy, so I don't have to put the popsicle stick too high up on him. Oops. And then I'll just kind of match up, and I'm gonna let that dry. But there's my Gaston. Now you'll notice some flimsiness. So if you have that issue, which you will if I do, just take the glue stick and give it a little smush. Perfect. All right, so I'll put him to the side. Now this one you saw me do. So I have a little body that has the glitter felt, some cotton balls. I added some details in with colored pencils. And then this one, I just did all felt, and then I added details in using markers. So she's a little heavier. Okay. I'm going to add some glue right now for added support since the felt is a little bit heavier. Now, I just realized I didn't exactly figure out where I wanted the stick to be, but I think I'm going to go ahead and put it right there. All right, I'm going to put some glue on this side too, very carefully, because the cotton balls are sticking up. Okay, put some more glue on the popsicle stick. And I'm going to match them together. It's okay if it's not perfect. Just kind of give it a push. Do, 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 do. Do. Let it dry, and if you notice after it dries it still needs a little more glue, just use that glue stick again. Okay, so this is my snowsuit poodle. I used paper, added some details in with colored pencils. But I still think it looks like she's wearing a snowsuit. Doesn't mean it's wrong. Again, because there's cotton on this one, she's a little bit heavier. I'm going to go ahead and put some glue to help them stick together. And then I think right there. Match them up. Might shift a little, and you just kind of shift it back in until that glue dries. And then you've got your puppets. Now, I would let them dry a little bit before you play with them. But next time you read Gaston, you'll have your own little puppets to help you tell the story. I hope you enjoyed this project, and next week, come on back for another round of stories and projects. Bye, everyone.